Hello and welcome to Zedam Astrology. You always get a brighter day with Vedic astrology to guide you over the sea of life. This is the journey that I ask you to jump in and journey with me for my Nakshatra deity series. And we continue with our series with Purva Phalguni this period. In the Vedic Hindu system of astrology, known in Sanskrit as Jyotish, the 27 constellations are not the 12 star signs or zodiac are the key to understanding celestial influences on our planet and person. These 27 constellations are known as the 27 nakshatras or stars spanning 13 degrees 20 minutes each. They are further divided into 4 padas of 3 degrees 20 minutes. Continuing my explanation to you into what we do in Vedic astrology, this is what we as astrologers use as our basic tools, for me especially, to analyze and predict the potential pitfalls and successes for you as a client, as a subscriber when you request your report. This is a division of the sky that we see. It's divided into rashis, which are the zodiac signs, nakshatras, which are the stars, and padas. The rashi or zodiac signs are really the division of the 360-degree zodiac into 12 signs, which most of us know as Mesha to Meena or Aries to Pisces. And each rashi or zodiac sign is 30 degrees. We then have the nakshatras, which are divided into 13 degrees 20 minutes each. And the nakshatras can span 2 nakshatras or 2 zodiac signs, as it was, sorry. And then we have the padas, which the nakshatras are divided. And each rashi or zodiac sign has 9 padas and can therefore have 3 nakshatras or parts of it posited in each or one of the sign or the rashi. So that this is what we look at as astrologers. This is what we see. It's a basic tool and we use it as a powerful predictive technique, which when compared to others really give us a more detailed and better view of your kundali or birth chart. The symbol or symbols for the Purva Phalguni Nakshatra is 1, a swinging hammock, and 2, the front legs of a marriage bed. And hammocks have a long history of providing shelter and a place to rest. Originally, hammocks were not designed for leisure, but instead served as protection. In the olden days, the suspended bed safely kept people away from the dangerous creatures which roamed the earth at that time when houses were not something that were built on a daily basis. These were the beds and the resting places of persons of old. And they kept the dangerous creatures and insects away in the warmer climates. In Hinduism, for the Purva Phalguni Nakshatra, the swinging hammock symbolizes rest and relaxation, but it is also twined with the front legs of a marriage bed, symbolic of a union or procreation. Thus, this nakshatra provides protection to us from the dangers in our lives and gives us rest and relaxation through the choice of a partner or spouse. Lord Bhaga is the presiding deity of this nakshatra and is one of the 12 of Adityas born to sage Kashyap and Mother Aditi. He bestows achievements and supports in us in getting the results of good actions of our past lives. And he has a strong relationship with enjoyment, and this makes it one of the most carefree nakshatras. Purva Phalguni, the persons who are born in Purva Phalguni, don't like to worry as they are comfortable, especially from a physical point of view. Bhaga is also called the god of wealth, good fortune and luck, and he brings about the right apportionment of resources, so says some. Both Bhaga and Aryaman, the deity of Uttara Phalguni, are believed to bestow riches, affluence and material prosperity. The Vedas refer to them as whom they protect are victorious over their adversaries. The story of Bhaga's blindness, though, points us to the distribution of wealth as we see it today. And I bring this little tidbit about because When Bhaga was blinded, when he intervened in Shiva's anger after Sati um, immolated herself, he was blinded. And we see from that he then gave out the wealth blindly, whether we deserved it or not, he gave it out. So this is why I added that to it, for us to understand there are always two sides to something, and we shouldn't look at something as we read it, but we may think for ourselves and understand that our focus shouldn't be narrow, or focus shouldn't be like a tunnel vision. It has to be broad-minded, because then we can see a better picture. It may not even be the full truth, but at least it may be a better picture. And this slide just takes us back to the history and to the initiation of the padas of the nakshatras in my videos, where the first to the fourth pada always starts with the dharma, the artha, kama, and moksha. And in Purva Phalguni, the navamsh for the dharma starts with Leo and automatically ends with Scorpio. And the first pada is Vargotama, and the third pada is Pushkara. So there are some added blessings here in the padas of Purva Phalguni for those of us who are fortunate to be born in those padas for the Purva Phalguni Nakshatra. And as you can see, there are the spiritual outcomes or goals of the nakshatra and the padas, which you can leisurely read. Purva Phalguni falls wholly and solely in Leo, and the zodiac characteristics of Leo are, as we see it here, if the Lagna or your ascendant resides here, the ninth lord is Badak, that creates obstacles. And the inauspicious planets are Mercury, Venus, and Saturn. Mars, Jupiter, and Sun are benefics. Jupiter with Venus cannot fully give you benefic results, and Saturn is the maraka, and the moon's effect depends on her association. The strength card, which is the number 8 card in the tarot, represents your physical strength, like that of the mighty lion, as well as your emotional, mental, and spiritual prowess. Like the lion, you are blessed with plenty of courage, which helps you overcome problems and obstacles. The fiery lion gets the Queen of Wands also, which represents the belief in your purpose, and a strong, enthusiastic, outgoing, and independent person with career interests like sales, business, or any other goal-oriented position. This is the Venus characteristics in Leo, and we deal with Venus because Purva Phalguni is a Venus-ruled nakshatra in Leo. And Venus gives you the big heart, the big love. You are seldom petty. Your emotional responses are honest, frank, and very expressive. You have a colorful personality because Venus is there wanting pleasures, and you are given to grand gestures and dramatic scenes. But with Venus in Leo, you also have a desire and a sense of enjoyment because you are in the passionate fire sign of Leo. The person will enjoy spontaneity and being at the center of events, so that you love the partying, you love the networking, you like to entertain, and you like to show people that you are willing to have the followers who are charmed by your personality. Obviously, there's a negative side of this placement in that people may be slightly vain or self-centered, and they only see events as how it relates to themselves and their part in the grand play of life. They don't give, um, kudos to anybody else. The ruling Das Mahavidya is Bhaglamukhi, who is the paralyzer, and the ruling Navadurga is Kalratri, who is the goddess of terror. So some of these things are also what we have to put into our analysis of the nakshatra when we are doing the reading for you or subscriber or client. This is the flashcard of the Purva Phalguni Nakshatra, which is fruit of the tree. And we've spoken about some of them already. We've spoken about the planet Venus, the deity Lord Bhaga, the symbol, which is the swinging hammock, and also the two front legs of the marriage bed. We spoke about the Pushkara and Vargotama padas being started from Leo to Scorpio. We went through a little bit of the tarot card strength and the tarot card Queen of Wands. And these are the other characteristics that guide us and give us our predictive knowledge and technique that we can guide you when we do a reading for you or an analysis based on your request. It is not an easy task, it's a complex task because there are a lot of parallels, a lot of juxtaposition, a lot of comparison that need to be taken into consideration before we can produce your birth chart or Kundali report. So let us help you, let us guide you, and I hope that you can join me on ZDAMastrology.com to do your report. The Vishnu avatar for Venus is Parasurama, and Parasurama really means from Sanskrit Rama with the axe. And this bow was first held by the Hindu god Vishnu, and then it went down to Narayan. And in the Puranas, they talk about how Parashurama's father had or suspected his wife Renuka of an unchaste thought, and he ordered his son Parashurama to cut off her head, which he did, and to avenge the murder of his father by a Kshatriya, because Princess Renuka had belonged to the Kshatriya class and they took revenge. And then Parashurama, to avenge that murder, he killed all the male Kshatriyas on earth 21 successive times, and he filled lakes with their blood. In the Ramayana, he encounters another avatar who is Rama, who defeats him because he was stronger and he had the bow from the god Shiva. So that what we find here and the story here is that, strength is given to us, but it can also be taken away, and that we shouldn't be doing things without thought. Because sometimes, yes, you have to listen to your ancestors, but sometimes you must also think for yourself. Because at the end of the day, your action has consequences. People react to you, not to your ancestors. Your ancestors may not be around when the consequences of your actions need to be revenged by somebody or revenged upon you. And this is some of the things that Saturn tells us, that karma is a circle and it comes back to us. And whatever deeds that were done by our ancestors and were not completed has to be completed by us. It's a debt, a debt that we have to pay and a debt that must be cleared. So that, we must think before we act. We must think for ourselves sometime, because sometimes people give us wrong advice. And it's not a decree that ancestors are wrong or that old people don't know what they're saying, or that, based on their experience, we must always listen to them. That is not what this is telling us. This is telling us that we need to think for ourselves as persons who may be given power to lead in this world today. As always, without Bhagwan's blessings, I will be unable to bring these videos to you and share with you my thoughts and my views on the reading that I had been pointed to or given research upon. So that I ask that you continue to learn with me, that you continue to view my videos, that you continue to give your thoughts and words on my teachings, so that we can both learn from each other and we can grow and develop. I thank you for looking at my videos. I thank you and ask you to share, sign up and subscribe. I hope to see you next time. Bye.